In third place in my power rankings, and moving up 2 this year, I have Samoa. They were massively improved from 24 to 25, and a major reason for that was, of course, having a better squad. They weren't able to bring their best squad over to England because a lot of their best players had other commitments, but they had a much stronger squad for the Pacific Championships this year, and you could really tell. Now, they had some of the same issues from 24 to 25, that being they were a bit too erratic at times, end of sets were all over the place sometimes, but the positive is, the further on they got into the campaign, the better they got as well. So the opening half against New Zealand was a bit too erratic. That got cleaner towards the back end of the game. In game 2 against Tonga, they were really professional, really clean. And when they needed to throw the ball around, they did. This is one thing about Samoa's style, which I really like, is that they're willing to be chaotic. They're willing to throw the ball around. Last year, it felt like they were doing it for the sake of doing it. They were just panicking. They were just rushing at times. This year, they tried to establish an actual foothold in games, completing sets, kicking to corners, and having some defensive discipline off the back of it. So building that territory, and then when they're in good attacking positions, then maybe start to throw the ball around a bit. But their attacking execution got better as the campaign went on as well. One thing that helped massively with having a process is that Jerome Luai went into the 2-match series against England last year having played a little bit at 7 for the Panthers. This year, he's played a whole season at 7 for the Tigers, and he'll have another year at 7 for the Tigers as well going into the World Cup. So that'll be a huge help. And then having Blaise Talangi at 6 was huge for their attacking threat down the right edge. Not just Luai doing everything, because he was like their best attacking threat against England, but Blaise Talangi down the right was a major asset. Now, they conceded 22 points per game as an average. Now, it was only 6 against Tonga, but there's a fair bit more against New Zealand. I think if they can just bring that average down a little bit, not concede as many points, you could clearly see they were staying in games, they could just improve defensively a little bit. There's a chance they win the World Cup next year, but I think it's just defense. They're in games for a lot of it, and then they'll just kind of drop off in periods of games. If they can stay in for a full 80, like they did against Tonga, then I think there's a chance they win the World Cup next year, and they'll have a stronger side. Very impressive overall. I'm glad that they look so competitive. All around, a more competent side with more quality to bring in as well. They'll have Hamaso Tabo-Fidel playing for them next year, and Stephen Crichton didn't even play in this campaign, and he'll be there next year as well. Hopefully Payne Haas actually sticks around as well, and he can play. But yeah, Samoa, very impressive. They move up 2 into 3rd.